welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A, it's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Serene Coast and it's under the command of SlyMeerkat. And in this game he's in partnership, or platoon, with Firebunts in a T-54 lightweight. There he is. So let's see how they get on. Presumably Firebunts is going to give him some really good spotting because he's a light tank, and well, that'll allow Sly to get some damage on the enemy. The 212A, based on the KV-220, never actually got built, but it's an interesting concept, putting a 203mm howitzer into a enclosed Arty, and that way you can use vents and the crew are well protected, and it means that you can boost the firepower. The only problem is you've only got 4 degrees either side of the centre line, which means 8 degrees overall, and that makes it fairly difficult to aim without getting reticule bloom. But the good news is that it does dial in fairly quickly. Well, Sly fired a quick round in there, but you notice that somebody knocked a tree down to the left of that, and so it appears that the enemy was moving about in that area. Now it does have a fairly fast reload. By the book it's 37.39 seconds, but you can see Sly's got it down to 30.8, is it 65? 85. Okay, so who are we going to shoot at this time? Bunce is actually sitting in a bush spotting the enemy for us. Rounds out. M103. Well, it was a splash. Now this is pre-nerf Arty. This is from the 1.1 client, which I think goes back to 2020. So you're going to see the full force of the Arty if you get the right effect. As you can see here, these 203mm shells are capable of doing 1050 alpha, penetrating 52mm of armour. He's loaded. Now we think there's an enemy tank there. Yes, there is. The M103, and he moves just as the shell fires. And that was more luck than or chance, because the fact is, back then they didn't have warning of an incoming shell. Now that didn't come until they made the nerf, and now the enemy knows the shell's on its way, and so they can get out of the way before it arrives, especially if they're a long way away on the battlefield. These enemy at the moment are about 2.4 seconds from his current location. That's the flight time for the shell. Well, some might say that's not very long, but in fact it's an eternity, especially if you see those shells arcing through the sky towards the enemy. Well, he splashed the Leopard A, and I think that he actually did splash the E75 at the same time. They both got stunned, but I'm afraid we lost another teammate there. Okay, who are you going to spot this time? Well, there's the E75, and the M103 was sitting up on top of that rock, and he lines up the shots at the red marker, starts at where the M103 is, and well, the shell went long and actually damaged the E75 down below. I'm not sure how much damage Firebunts is actually getting at the moment, how much assist is getting, but he is doing a good job because he's keeping some of those enemies in sight. Sly keeps changing position to avoid counter battery. Hasn't got a whole lot of damage so far though. Now that might change with the next shot, because he's aiming for the M103 and there's 3 tanks in close proximity, so he's trying to line it up to get a shot on them. This should work. Rounds out. Yep, hit all 3 at once there. That's a really good shot. And stunned. Well, the E75 is still stunned because he used his first aid kit to get rid of the stun the last time. And now he's picking up stun assist. And this is where he can actually make a lot of damage. That Panzerkampfwagen doesn't appear to be actually doing anything. That's why Sly keeps saying help to him, because, well, he's not taking part in the battle. And while he's not taking part in the battle, he's just making life hard for the rest of us. Rams out. Oh, we didn't stay to see what happened. Big no-no, because he did get a big hit on the E75 for 522 hit points and loads of stun assists, because he stunned the M103 and the E75, and he's still picking up stun assist. So it was a big hit, that one. And the enemy M103 just died. Now he's almost loaded, and they've got a TVP T5051, and they are very, very lightly armoured. So if he can put a round on that guy, he should be able to do significant damage to him. Come on, show yourself. Well, he's decided to change his attack, and he's going to go for the enemy tanks on the peninsula, who've suddenly come into view. He's dialed in. They keep moving, but he's going for the E100. He did get a direct hit, but it hit the armour at the front of the vehicle where it's strongest, and that's why he didn't get much damage. He is picking up some stun assist though. Looks like the Strib 1030 a little further back is actually firing in, but yeah, unfortunately the 121 took a big hit there from, I think it was the Object 2684 with his 152mm, and he's now trying to push our 121 against the rock. And Sly shot goes in and does a huge amount of damage, 423, but he did actually splash his teammates in the progress, which means Sly probably won't be getting a high caliber out of this one, because once you've damaged one of your teammates, you're disqualified from the high caliber. But I don't think that will mind Sly so long as we win, and we're 4 up on the enemy now, so he is winning. Leopard prototype, fairly lightly armed medium tank, rounds out, and oh, nothing happened from that one as far as we can tell, and I suspect the main reason for that might be that the shell overshot. Didn't hit the Leopard prototype but went behind him. Okay, go for the Leopard prototype again. Rounds out. That's better. 365 this time. Nice change of position. The Leopard prototype is potentially a one-shot, but oh, well, he's gone. And oh, Fire Bunch just got nuked by a T95, so I think that Sly's going to try and get some revenge. Rounds out. Yep, he does. 473 hit points and 345 from damage assist. Was it stun assist? So 3 up on the enemy now. Okay, he's trying to tell the Skoda to pull back. He's very low on hit points. Get a shot on TVP, fires some round in. Sly's in a lot of trouble now because he's actually too close to that TVP and he's trying to hide from him. He needs to get out of here, but he needs a teammate to help him. Still 3 up on the enemy, but he's just so close to that TVP. If the TVP spots him and comes towards him, he will more than likely be out of the game. Well, he's going to try and get a last shot in on the Type 61. Oh dear. Yeah, TVP found him. But he did get 3,334 hit points of actual damage and another 3,000 in stun. So it's not a loss, a total loss. And they are winning at the moment. It's 5 against 3. And that STB, well, yeah. Oh. And the enemy Arty makes his presence known. I think he's over in those bushes just across the way. He just took out our 121 with a direct hit. Yeah, unfortunately, the UDES 16 got damaged in the meanwhile, and we now need some help up near the enemy cap area. They've got the Striv 103B and an M53, M55. There's the Striv, just been located. Unfortunately, yep, he's found our Striv 103. Oh, look at that! What a way to kill him! The kill shot comes in from the Heshbon, who wipes him out just as the Striv 103-0 was actually pushing him upright. Oh, I hope that Heshbon doesn't try and cross the bridge. He might come a cropper. It's not easy crossing that bridge sometimes. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of stopped, but that's because the game is over and they've won. The M53 is dead. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for SlyMeerkat in the 212A. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he did get a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at team score. Well, if we look at team score, we can see that the highest damage in the game was actually done by the Heshbon. Well, not the Heshbon. Highest damage on his team was done by the Heshbon, but the highest damage in the game was done by the STB1 on the enemy team with 4,211, followed by their M53, M55 getting 4,047, and the third highest damage in the game was actually the Heshbon with 3,992. Sly managed to get 3,919, which actually put him fourth on hit points. And if we look at number of kills, we can see it's the Heshbon again. He's got 4 kills in that one. So's the 121. And 3 kills for the TVP T5051 on the enemy team and their M53, M55. Sly didn't get any kills at all, unfortunately, in that game. And I think actually his platoon mate did get some damage and did get some kills. He got 1,574 and 1 kill. When it came to base XP, though, it was Sly who came out on top with 1,127. His platoon mate, Firebunts, even though he died, he managed to get 957 base for all the spotting he did. Let's have a look at detail. Sly fired 14 rounds in that game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetration. But he did get 20 splash, which shows that even though he only fired 14 rounds, he was splashing more than one on more than one occasion. 3,919 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Received 2 hits, and both were penetrations from the TVP T5051. I said he was a little too close, but Sly was insistent on hitting the enemy, even though he was so close to the enemy, well, he could reach out and touch them. He wanted to get one more shot in, just in case he could affect the battle, and he did. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, none were killed, but he did get 3,176 hit points of stun assist off 19 stuns, and that's a very good total indeed. 44,275 credits from the game, 29,222 from personal measures payout, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 61,689 credits profit. 1,127 XP, 3,382 from personal missions payout, 254 for playing in a platoon, and 5,327 experience points altogether. So Sly, he's not just good with tanks, he's good with Arty too, as you can see in this one. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.